Crypto, the new financial system, it is truly, truly time to wake up. In today's video, I'm going to break down the World Economic Forum, the EU, and how they're radically and rapidly bringing in crypto as a new financial institution. They're going to make you believe it's used for money laundering, nefarious activities. Guys, cash is used for the same thing. So in today's video, we're going to go into the weeds. We're going to decipher what they're trying to say so we can make good financial decisions to free our family financially. My name is Coach JV. What I work to do is make very complex macro and microeconomic strategies very simple so the normal everyday person can implement them. I have plenty of free resources for you. One of them is where we get tons of questions every single day. I use what's called the infinity banking concept, index universal life insurance. We insure our wealth. We protect our principal during these volatile times. So when I pull profits from crypto, I'm securing my principal and I can borrow against it tax-free. We teach people how to do that revolutionary concept. If you click the description of my video down below, you can set up an absolutely free consultation with my insurance team to ask as many questions as you would like. Or in my social media platform, you can do the exact same thing. Down below, you can also download my 16-page absolutely free guide on exactly what I'm going to talk about on the back end of every video, how my ecosystem is set up. So let's dive right in. So I'm going to start to show this more often. I've been presenting this quite a while throughout the couple of years, is the Ray Dalio's Changing World Order. And if you have not ordered Ray Dalio's book, The Changing World Order or The Big Debt Crisis, you should, and you should study it. You will understand at a deep level all the things I've been presenting are becoming true because of Ray Dalio's dedicated discipline. Also, my team's dedicated discipline in understanding spiritual patterns, financial patterns, and human patterns. Guys, you're not going to stop the pattern that's coming. What you can do is change the pattern in here and not be involved in repeating the pattern. We are here to expand consciousness, not repeat it. Let them repeat consciousness. Do not repeat the consciousness of your family's timeline. You're probably watching this because you want more for your family. You cannot do the same thing that your family did. We're about to repeat the exact same thing in historical patterns. The Bible is not a history book. It's a spiritual book to help you tap in, tune in, understand who you truly are, a son and daughter of God, and allowing you to be bigger than the beast, to think, to walk, to talk, and take action. It is your time. So the Ray Dalio's Changing World Order, you can see it for yourself right here. Number 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Large debts, printing of money. We have internal conflict. Loss of reserve currency is happening right now. Weak leadership, civil war, and revolution. And we all know that this presidential election is going to cause massive chaos within America. Americans are now turning against each other. It used to be the land of the free, the home of the brave. Now it's the land of the separation and the godless country and the weak people. That's what we become. But I need you to stand tall as one consciousness under God. Like it says on the dollar, they believe in man, we believe in God. Okay, so I'm going to show you this. We're going to do some deciphering here. So this stuff isn't super exciting. Crypto's going parabolic. This is really sifting through what they're saying. They're telling you that the new monetary system is coming in. They're telling you that they're afraid of this economy because it is completely getting destroyed. There is a brave new world coming in. A brand new monetary system, a brand new way of doing business, a brand new way of doing investing and finances. So let's listen to what Christine Lagarde says. Then we're going to listen to a gentleman from America as well on this panel. And then we're going to dive into what the EU is doing. They are getting ready for crypto to be the new currency.
Madame Lagarde, can you talk to us about what you saw in 2023 that gives you hope for economies in the future?
Well, good morning to everyone first, and thank you for having me on the panel, because I'm a strange panelist, actually, because I cannot talk about the things that I spend 100% of my time on. I'm a central bank president for the European Central Bank. We have a monetary policy meeting coming up on Wednesday and Thursday, and during 1 week before that, I cannot talk about what I do, what I hope for, what the analysis supporting our conclusions is. So I thought long and hard. And I tried to identify a few of the trends that we have seen in 23 that will have no impact on our decision next week, and what we should sort of anticipate for the future.
Okay, really pay attention. Let's decipher what she's saying here, okay?
And I came around to something that I called Normalization, that's what we are beginning to see especially in the end of 23, but towards something that is not going to be normality. So from normalization to non-normality. So what do I mean by
Okay, so she's going to tell you what she means by that. We're going into a new normal. Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, said we're coming into a new economy, leverage source technology. He's worried about the middle class.
that? The period before 23 was strange, extraordinary, difficult to analyze by many accounts. In 23, we have seen the beginning of normalization. When you look at consumption, for instance, around the world, I'm not talking just about the euro area, consumption is still a driving force for growth.
Okay, this is important, guys. The money is drying up. All the printed money is drying up, and this is going to cause the recession.
But the tailwind that we had the benefit of are gradually fading. This very strange, extremely tight labor market, still tight, but a little less. And some of the indices that we use to identify the relationship, particularly between vacancies and unemployment, are changing gradually. So less tightness on the job market. When we look at savings around the world, there was plenty of it. Excess saving, with that excess saving, pretty much in all advanced economies in particular, is coming down. And from this 10% excess saving, we're getting close to virtually zero.
Okay, so that's what I want you to hear, guys. I've been trying to warn you guys since 2020 as this was coming. I told you on the back end of 2023, the pandemic savings was going to dry up. They were going to raise interest rates. Boom, that happened. And now we're heading into the public being completely broke, companies being completely broke. And so they have to make a change with America being the reserve currency and in one probably, I believe, one of the worst positions financially that we've ever been in. There has to be a change. Okay, so let's listen to one more person on this panel.
Which will help the rest of the world.
Thank you so much. David Rubenstein, what do you worry about the most in 2024? There are many things to worry about.
Well, I worry about everything, but I would say the most important thing I wanted to convey is that predictions made in January about what's going to happen in the remainder of the year is generally wrong. Last year at this time, here and other forums around the world, people were predicting the U.S. would likely have a hard landing, if not a hard landing, a soft landing, but a soft landing implies very low growth.
Okay, so this is important. Yeah, that didn't happen, but what did Christine Lagarde say? Guys, we had so much stimulus in the bank accounts. That's dried up now. That's gone. And remember, I showed you guys what Jamie Dimon said. Jamie Dimon's preparing for a soft or a hard landing now. It's because the stimulus is drying up. And people are like, well, I don't have my, not, you may not have your stimulus anymore, but some people saved that money to survive, right? And now they're stacking up their credit cards. Companies are stacking up their credit.
As it turns out, while the numbers aren't really in yet, the U.S. will have grown probably around 2.5% for 2023, which is much better than anybody really projected at the time. The U.S. has its challenges for sure, but inflation is coming down. And as a result of that, the Federal Reserve is likely to reduce interest rates relatively in the near future. In our country, we have a presidential election. I think everybody probably recognizes that. And as a result, the Federal Reserve wants to get its, rate cuts out of the way before the presidential election is in full steam. Because if you have rate cuts in right before a presidential election, it will be seen as helping the candidate who's in the White House.
Boom, there you go. I told you guys we know, well, it's not that I predicted that. They told us that they're going to cut rates, right? So we have the Bitcoin halving coming. So everybody's all, oh my God, what happened with crypto with the Bitcoin ETF? That was priced in, guys. We got the little pump. It's going to pull back down March and April. Bitcoin halving is going to happen. It's going to start its parabolic move around August, July. They're going to lower interest rates and your assets are going to go through the roof. And you have to pay attention to the back end of every one of my videos because I'm going to tell you how I did it from 2021 to 2022, how I created a little bit of, I would say, became more financially secure, and now how I'm building into the generational wealth now using cryptocurrency, doing the opposite of everybody else. Okay. And here's what they're doing around the world. This is the European Union. Okay. What the EU is doing and why. Okay. Digitalization is a transforming finance. This can lead to innovation, new products, services, applications, business models. Digital finance has a key role to play in shaping more competitive, sustainable, resilient economy and more inclusive, modern, prosperous society. A crypto asset is a digital representation of value or the right that can be transferred or stored electronically using distributed ledger technology or similar technologies. Guys, we are moving into crypto as the financial system right here. Okay. The European Securities and Market Authority. This is like our SEC, Markets and Crypto Assets Regulation. They're already developing regulation for crypto. It's not if and when, it's not if, it's when will this fully be adopted. Crypto industry cautiously welcomes agreement on new EU AML rules. It's everywhere, family. It's time to stop listening to your drunk uncle, your financial advisor, and try to build a fundamental long-term portfolio. Okay, so here's exactly what I'm doing. I don't care if it's repetitive every single video. So I have a crypto portfolio that is a fundamental portfolio. 10% is shit coins, all that stuff. That goes to zero, whatever. If all my crypto goes to zero, I'm diversified outside. But I have fundamental cryptos that I believe are going to be here for the long term. So with all of my cryptocurrency, I'm holding 50% legacy long term. I'm exiting 50% of the market as it starts to go parabolic in July or August and July. As it goes into 2025, it's going to go straight up. As it goes straight up, I exit with targets on the way up. I have no greed in this. Okay. If my crypto goes up 10%, I'm going to pull some profits. Okay. This is what I did in 2021 to 2022. This is how I started to build my wealth paradigm. Everybody waited for it. It's going to keep going up. It's going to keep going up. We woke up in May and this thing collapsed 85%. And people were depressed and now they're getting excited again. They're going to follow the same thing. That's why the 1% stays the 1%. Imagine a world, people, the average American retires with $300,000 a year. That's it. So if you make off of $10,000, $100 grand, that is a massive, massive gain. And imagine if you pull 50,000 out and you go and put that into an insurance policy, and then you can leverage that to buy a property. You now turn $50,000 into another asset that you can leverage tax-free to buy another asset. And now you're playing the game. Now you're playing their game, guys. That's what they do. They take your money in the bank and they take it and buy assets to buy assets to buy assets. The working poor and the middle class buy things that make the wealthy wealthier, and the wealthier use credit to buy assets that you buy. You just have to flip your brain, family. That's what I teach people, how to flip their brain. Okay, so Merlin, the smartest way to track your crypto. It's 30 days for free. Every single one of you should have Merlin in your thing. I'm the co-founder with 36,000 lines of code. We built this from the ground up because we used to use spreadsheets. Okay, and this is how we pulled profits. This is how we won in 2021 to 2022. We had an interface. We'd see our crypto exchanges. We had a spreadsheet. We'd go and we'd pull profits and we pull profits, and then I would secure in things like Index Universal Life, precious metals, business, things like that. Okay, so this does it for you. It doesn't exercise a trade for you. We don't hold your keys or combo. It's an interface. But imagine you're getting close to your first exit target. It sends you an alert. You're at the salon or the gym, and all of a sudden, hey, Coach JV, you're at 10% away from your first target on XRP. And then I'm like, okay, I'm consciously aware. And then I go exercise. I go to the exchange. I exercise that sale. It tells you how much you're going to owe Uncle Sam. So I put that away, and then I max fund my Index Universal Life policies, and I sit and wait and see what happens. And then I leverage it tax-free to buy more assets. Okay, so 30 days for free. Down below, you can join Merlin. Okay, now next, what I do is, for me, this is what I'm doing personally. You don't have to do this, but I'm pulling profits and I'm max funding my IUL policies. That's what I'm doing. So I have my policy set up. I'm going to max fund those policies. From there, I'm going to sit with wise counsel and I'm going to see where I'm going to go when I borrow the cash value tax-free. Could be into real estate. It could be into precious metals. It could be into more businesses. But my goal is to take the money and multiply it into cash generating assets. Eventually, I'll be completely financial free, where I don't have to rely on anybody else. Currently, right now, I am financially free for my businesses. But to get completely sovereign is where your money is making money on top of money on top of money. Okay. And everybody talks about passive income. Income is active, guys. Like everybody's like laptop millionaires and stuff. And most people trying to sell you the dream of getting rich quick off a laptop, they're probably not doing solid investments. They're Lambos and houses and all that stuff. It's like, if that's what they're showing you, there's some out there, but if that's what they're showing you, their intentions are off, right? They're not truly building a wealth paradigm. What I'm working to do is make sure that my kids are wealthy. So my first paradigm was understanding how money works. My second paradigm was, getting into the ecosystem and starting to practice making money make money. Now that my money makes money, now this next cycle with cryptocurrency, as this thing goes parabolic and everybody's rushing in, I'll be getting out. And as everybody's collapsing down, my principal will be secured. And that money that I pulled out will be generating money. Does that make sense? So that's what I hope to do, is to share with you guys the truth of what I'm doing so that you can see, yourself in my story. I was broke on my parents' couch in 2020. I lost everything, 2019 to 2020. Thank God I didn't touch my crypto portfolio. And thank God my relationship with God is my number one thing that makes me the richest man in the world. My walk with Jesus is because if all this went away, I'm not attached to this. I'm not emotional with this. That's why I get non-emotional. That's why I don't respond to haters. That's why I don't get caught up in the wave of a negative emotion. I stay up. And, I have dips, but I stay high with God. I stay focused on Jesus, because if all this went away, I'm the richest man in the world. Money is just a currency. It's just a frequency, guys. And if you're trying to get money and you're scared and you're going to lose your money, or you're not going to make enough in crypto, you will never make enough in crypto. You will always be chasing that. Money is currency. Money is energy. Money is vibration. Money is frequency. So if you're chasing it, it's going to run from you. If you're embodying it and allowing it to come to you, it's going to flow through you, and it's going to move into great intentions, and it's just going to keep flowing in. I'm so happy and grateful for the money that comes to me in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis. I'm so happy and grateful for the money that comes to me in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis. God rest Bob Proctor's soul. I've been saying that since 2009. And guess what? Money comes to me easily and frequently from different places in increasing quantities. You can do this. If I can do this, you can. I'm a mere reflection of you. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. Share this content with somebody who maybe hasn't seen this yet, and get this content out to somebody you love. Warriors, let's get your shit together. Let's go.